My last part of soup. My soup.
No, thanks.
Oh, cool. Let's do it like this time again. And what would be good to find here? Maybe some kind of thing to mark time, just to make it easier to add it later. Know what? Because it's supposed to start 20 minutes from now. I remember. Yes, join it while you're doing. So I don't know.
Yo, can you mute that?
Sure.
And I'm not gonna be part of this shit if I can keep hearing myself. Oh, nice. You lagged.
As soon as I pressed it to mute, it crashed.
Nice.
Go toolbox. No, that's not it. Okay, let me turn it off. Back. Control room. Oh, she's muted, right?
Yeah, I think it was you typing on the keyboard.
No, it wasn't me.
Well, I'm not gonna be part of this podcast anymore if you don't have a headset and you don't do shit to make it work, you know what I mean? You fucking crashed again? Holy shit, man.
Of course I do. I keep crashing.
Can I just leave?
Sure, man. That's up to you.
Is anyone coming on? Besides your mother and yourself?
I don't know. Then this time is everything off, so
Only this time? So the other times you had shit going on? Okay. Holy fuck, man. Alright, I'm fucking out. Peace. This guy's a retard. He can't make a simple podcast because he doesn't have a headset still. He doesn't bring up topics. Oh, hello there.
Hello.
Yo, I'm just gonna leave. So enjoy your shit there. And if you have a headset and topics, maybe I'll come next time. And people coming in too, besides your mother and maybe your sister, like people we can actually talk to. I would be interested in. Holy fuck! Okay, I'm just fucking gonna leave. See ya.
I can easily, you know. So it's only two of us right now. $15 minutes to start, and one guest already off. You're there, Sandra?
Yes.
All right. So today was maybe too much to do the third one without better preparation. Without more people. But you always learn something. What I think I could do today is just, 30 minutes from now, probably nobody will join. So I stay for half an hour talking to myself. And then just stop it. What do you think?
Whatever you do, it's up to you.
Soundation Studio. Create music with your friends in Google Hangouts. Fuck this. Control room, whatever, too. Elon Musk just said something. I don't know if I can talk to myself without any preparation. Every second, the oil industry receives 166.66 in subsidies, so 166K, equal to providing 15 million homes with 20 solar panels every day. So Elon Musk is really big on solar panels, of course. That's one thing that he sells. Kind of. Let's see if I can find it to make it more. So what you're doing today?
Oh my God. I'm just rest, eat, and sleep. Almost.
Right, Sunday.
Why he's so nervous?
What?
Why you so nervous?
I don't know, maybe starting the last cast, it was just 3 episodes and it was never any good, so I know you probably liked it because it was mostly for you. But yeah, if I'm to do this again, and it's to have more preparation and more people to join somehow. I don't even really like to keep preparing too much, but that's how people join. You have any idea?
I have an idea. I don't know why you have to talk because it's talk cregox. I don't know why you have to talk. I hear a podcast before and they don't talk. Just one guy speak about something. This is a podcast.
Yeah, of course, there is Freakonomics, for instance, but if it's just one person speaking, that's usually very boring.
Why?
Or
Depends about you talking.
I find it very boring. Doesn't depend on what or what. It only gets interesting when there's more people joining because um, you can only go so far by yourself, and it doesn't matter. You can write a whole book, and if you write a book by yourself, it's going to take a lot of time to make it interesting because it's hard to go solo. But if you do it with people, you can do it. You can do a movie with enough people in just 1 year, and it's going to be the best movie ever because it's built by people. So I really don't want to do anything or work anything by myself. That's boring.
Okay.
There's this great mathematician, mathematician, mathematician. I don't know how to say it in English. The guy who studies mathematics, who by his, I don't know, 40s or 50-year-old, he really did something that was unexpected by any measure of science. He figured out some kind of number that it's just a mathematical theory or whatever. He figured out a number that nobody thought that it was possible to exist. Some kind of prime number that's divided by something that has it's a special number. I don't remember what it was. And it was like a number 4,000 and something, big number that people thought that it didn't exist, and there was no number there ever to be made, but he made it just by studying the topic for 10 years by himself. So it's a problem in mathematics since the beginning of times. A lot of people try to come up with this number, logically and find what number it was. And he did it alone. And it was probably a boring task for 10 years. Then he released in public to get peer review to see if he was right, if he didn't commit any mistake. And in just 1 year, everyone confirmed, okay, you found the number. It's amazing. And you did it on your 50s. Usually no scientist can do any such huge discovery by that late age. So he did everything against any common sense that was expected. But after that 1 year, that that was about, I don't know, 5 years ago at most. And after his findings got to the public and everyone could confirm it was right, it took less than 1 year for people to find an even smaller number. From 4,000 and something, it went down to 252, and it could go down up to 10 or 2, I don't know, a very small number. And if he shared his research before, or if people believed in his research before he actually found it, it could save many years from everyone on that finding. So that's how science works. It's communities, people working together. And sometimes you just can't. You have to do it by yourself because nobody will listen. But at least try, at least try to see if people will listen. And but put yourself out there. That's what I'm trying to do. I know there's something there. I know I'm going to find a big number there. And I'm trying to make people join.
Keep trying.
Yeah. So 3 minutes should start officially the time. And then just wait for half an hour or so.
Yeah, the people show interest in Bitcoins. I don't know about Bitcoins, but I read this. In Brazil, they think about Bitcoins. Before.
Well, I don't know too much about Bitcoins as well. I know a little bit more than most. And Bitcoin is a technology, is a coin. I tried to explain to you, so you just interrupt me if you have any question or if you need me to repeat anything, okay? It's basically a virtual coin. It's a coin that has monetary value because it's unique. It's like if you had a digital. Well, first you would need to realize what's the difference between digital and analog. But let's say you take a photo of a coin, and you want to put a value on that photo, that image, that picture. But you can't, because anyone can copy that photo or that picture and say, look, this is the original photo, this is the original picture. So what Bitcoin did, the technology behind it, which is called blockchain, what they did was, look, it doesn't matter, you're a copy. This is the only original that ever is. So this is the photo. So this is the coin. There's no other, it doesn't matter if you copy it. Everyone can see this is the only one. And that's done through a lot of complicated um, technological stuff. And
It's 21 hours.
That's even why it was so late in the internet age that we could come up with something like that. It needed a lot of different things in place to be able to exist. So one thing that it needs to exist is the internet. It needs to have a lot of other people looking at that coin from the same point of view. And if there is enough people who can assert if the coin is right, if the coin has the right mathematical value to be the only coin, then it's valid. And that is a transaction that takes around 10 minutes. So whatever you try to trade a coin and say, look, this is my coin, now this is yours. I'm send my coin to you. It's a transaction that takes about 10 minutes because of the complexity of how the internet works on latency and lag and distance between computers and how many computers are processing all that stuff. And what happens is every computer that's connected can see every transaction that happens all the time. And they are validating it. At least some of them are validating it. Enough of them are doing the validation to make sure that's the coin, that's the only coin. Do you get anything that I said so far?
Yeah.
So after that, technology is in place, and it's people using it. So let's say I want to make a country. If you want to make a country, you need some kind of way to trade things, and usually you go through capitalism and you use coins. Your coin will have no value if nobody else believes in it. So basically, what brings a value to dollar or euro or anything is how many people believe in it, believe that that coin will keep that value for whatever because other people believe in it as well. The more people believe in it, the more strength the coin has. That's basically how it works. And for a coin like the dollar, there is, the whole world believe a little bit in it, maybe not so much. The United States sure believe in it, so 200 million people there, and a lot of people around the world as well, because US marketing is very good. So you can say a good part of the world believe in dollar. As for Bitcoin, there are today about, I don't know, 2 to 10 million people trading Bitcoins who have Bitcoins in their hands. So that's how many people really believe in Bitcoin because they're using it. They may not even understand how it works. Nobody really understands how dollar works, but they still believe. And so Bitcoin is like a small country. The country who's promoting it and marketing it and making people believe in it is just around 10 million people. I don't know. I'm guessing a number based on whatever I'm researching. But in any case, it's a small number. But it's a big enough number that it's not going back. It's only going to be replaced by another technology, if so. So that's the biggest fear people who buy Bitcoin have, is that maybe it's like MySpace who's gonna be replaced by Facebook. And maybe it is. I don't know, who knows? But if it is going to be replaced. Blockchain, the technology behind Bitcoin, or whatever, it's here to stay. There's no way to go back now, because it's much faster, it's much safer, it's better than any other coin technology that there is, including dollar, euro, whatever. And the only reason it's not catching up fast is because of banks, because banks don't want it today, because it's hard to control. It's like money. You don't have a central place to control everything. You don't have a government issuing money. You don't have anything. It's like coins. It's like coins in the past. You find a coin somewhere online. The Bitcoin mining process is finding coins on the ether. It's like finding random causation of how it works. And there is this problem with Bitcoin. There's a lot of people who started with it and they have a lot of Bitcoins on their hands. So that's not too good, but it's how it started. It's one way of making it work. And that may be the only thing that can break Bitcoin to a new one. Because everything else, the technology to make it good and make it fast and make transactions less than 10 minutes, because right now you need to wait 10 minutes to be sure that your Bitcoin is with the other person. So that's not too good if you're paying for a cab, even if the internet's working. But there are ways to go around that already, with certificates or whatever, and it can work out. So what happens when there's not too many people believing in it and trading Bitcoins and all that stuff is that the fluctuation of the coin, the value, changes a lot too fast and makes people afraid of trading it like any other coin. So it's right now, I would say it's in a point that there's no way back, but the biggest implementation of blockchain, which is Bitcoin, is still not big enough to have a good, stable trading value. So the way to use Bitcoin today, you just buy it, transact to anything you need, and sell it as fast as you can. That way you have almost no fluctuation of value. And why you should do it? Well, if you need to change coins to any coin to another coin, it's better to put Bitcoin in the middle than anything else. It's much cheaper. And if you're doing online transactions, it's also much cheaper than any credit card or whatever. So for any transaction really, other than paper, it's clearly cheaper than the alternative. It's a little bit more complicated because you need internet and you need the 10 minutes, which is much faster than most transactions other than real coin or a Visa card that you swipe in and takes just 1 minute. It really doesn't take just 1 minute. It's much more complicated than that, but it looks like. And Bitcoin can look like it's very fast as well. For small transactions, it doesn't matter because it's just 10 minutes for verifying, while a credit card, it can take days. So it is much, much faster, even with the 10 minutes. But when you look at it through the wrong point of view, you can say anything wrong about it. And the biggest problem that people really have right now to use Bitcoin is just misinformation. And well, that, and since not too many people use it, it's hard to buy and sell still, depending on where you are and how many people around you do it. There are already sites who make it very easy. The one I used last day is called Kraken. It's like the big crab that comes from the seas, the Kraken. So it's release the Krakens, and it's a website that they just took the name and they're making transactions. They're making buying and selling Bitcoins very, very easy. For me, it was really easy. And I don't know how to buy stock values. And it works a little bit like that. So if you don't know anything of technology at all, you may find it a little bit complicated, but it's just making a step-by-step tutorial on how to do it. Anyone can do it in 10 minutes or so. It's much easier than finding out how internet banking works on any bank. So, but it's not everywhere. It's not everywhere yet. And anywhere you wanted to go and get a Bitcoin, depending on the coin you're trading, you might find some difficulties there. And that's what I had to say about Bitcoin. Do you have any questions?
I don't know how I can transfer Bitcoins for you.
All right, you can use the service probably. I'm going to be as blunt as you were most of the time. I think you don't have a slight chance at senior vice president for 100K. So I got a friend who may be watching this. No, he's not. That helps, I think. But so my friends, Crossover, the company that I'm trying to apply for a job. This week I'm probably going to apply and try very hard and have a great chance of succeeding on getting a job for 100K per year, which is a good salary. It's best than most people, better than most people. But
I'm not,
sorry?
I'm not surprised.
So I just invited him to join, but I don't think he will. He's a little bit shy. And I don't know why my Hangout crashed this time. It had no reason to. This Hangout on air on my machine is not doing very well. So the crossover job, what did you say about it?
I'm not surprised.
You're not what?
Surprised.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, anyway. And I also wanted to apply for senior vice president because I read the job description and I think it is almost made for me. But it's 400K. It's a very big salary for almost everyone. And my friend, he's a little bit pessimistic. He's being very blunt, as I usually am. That's what he's telling me, that he thinks that I have not the slightest chance to get that job. And he may be right, because it depends a lot on the selection process and people looking at it and me, and they cannot see me, So now I'm just gonna read what he's saying. If you tell a potential employer you think you have a chance at that, they will think you don't know your limits or lack a sense of reality. After a couple of years as 100K manager, maybe you could dream about the position. I only dream, not before. Have a good hangout. I'm working on something with a colleague from work. I was in a meeting with management. I mean, we was. I wasn't. He was. So yeah, he said basically what I knew already. That's what I thought, and I kind of agree with that. But streaming is never forbidden. It's not about telling employers. It's about doing it. We sure need to talk about this. What? I sure need to talk about this with you tomorrow if you want. Because he's working on crossover already. And he's a very good guy. He's a very good programmer working at 30K job vacancy that he didn't believe he was ready for 60K, but he is, and now he's trying to apply again, but he got a lot of difficulties talking and expressing himself to other people. My first application is for 100K, as you already know. Oh, you mean later? That's what I want to talk to you. I don't know what he means. I agree, that's what you should do. So I don't know.
All right.
I already have, I am already in touch with the CEO of a company that's big enough to not care about talking to everyone. He told me that a manager has 100 people behind to look after. Now he's just speaking more. So I'm already not in any position, I'm already in a very different position, and I'm already getting bugs and fighting them with the team. And I don't even care too much for all that. But it's what may work better for immediate. So this is getting very confusing. Let me just try to remove the notifications here if we can. Do not disturb. Let's see if Apple can take care. I'm getting hungry, and I'm going to get some cookies. Maybe I should get some strawberries. Anything else that you are thinking about? I don't know. Maybe a little bit of philosophy. What are you waving your hand for? Was it for me to get disconnected? Oh, she's gone. Overthird not working. I don't know. So since I'm here and I said 30 minutes, I'm just trying to talk to myself about philosophy. Just yesterday, I think, I was thinking about, creationism and homeopathy and all that stuff that skeptics don't believe in. And they shouldn't, because today, those are clearly wrong concepts. They're misleading, at least. But that doesn't mean they don't have their history or meaning or even effect even today. For instance, coincidences are not always meaningful. But for a coincidence to be meaningful, all we need is someone to give it meaning. For instance, if a crazy person sees a comet crossing by and he thinks, oh, look, it's a sign, and starts shooting people from there, the coincidence just became meaningful. It was a coincidence only in his head. It doesn't matter. Coincidences are as meaningful as we want them to be. And because they are coincidences, because they happen at the same time of, two things that are seemingly unrelated, but they happen at the same time. A comet and an idea in my head that says that means something. That's a coincidence right there. They are always meaningful in that way. Everything is connected. Not only through space-time and not only through the same exact time, but time is the biggest constraint we have by far. So it is the most meaningful coincidence builder. Back to creationism. What if 10,000 years ago there was no Big Bang? Because nobody believed in it, nobody saw it, nobody thought it existed. So what if it didn't exist? What if everything that we know that exists today is a creation of our creativity, of someone? This is not falsifiable, right? But what if it is? It's not too difficult to falsify this, but it's difficult to do it in a scientific way. The universe that we live in today is deterministic, 100% deterministic. Then it's falsified already, because everything was predetermined, including thinking that it wasn't. But if it isn't, if there's anything in our universe that we can change just by looking at it, so if quantum physics is confirmed to be real, to be not deterministic, then what that means is that we can change the universe just by looking at it, just by thinking about it, even if it's just a slight part of it. But then, what if the tiny part is the whole thing? We don't know. It could be. That's how I can easily explain that the tree had never fall if there was nobody to listen. It's a very old philosophical question. It's not only about the cat being alive inside the box. It's the same thing. It's just a different point of view of how that works. So yeah, that's one thought I had yesterday. And today was just trying to figure out how I can conciliate constructing an universe where, there are people killing each other just because they can. And that's a bigger philosophical question, maybe, because it's about, well, it's about building universes. It's about the melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. But that's what I got for today, because nobody joined, nobody cared, except for my mom. She's probably gonna watch this later. I don't know, maybe. And we got just one more minute, which I'm gonna to spend by singing a song em português. Eu fico com a pureza da resposta das crianças. É a vida, e é bonita, e é bonita. Do gogó. Viver e não ter a vergonha de ser feliz. And I'm looking at the time. Cantar e cantar e cantar. Beleza de ser eterno aprendiz. Ah, meu Deus, eu sei que a vida devia ser bem melhor e já é. Mas isso só ajuda que eu repita. É bonita e é bonita. Bye bye.